Coming to you live from the palatial studios of PBJ Productions. Welcome to Patrick and BJ Talk Real Estate, where we talk about life, the universe, and everything as it relates to real estate. Hey everybody, it's BJ
and Patrick,
and we're here talking all things real estate. Thank you for joining us today. If you haven't, take a minute, please, and subscribe to the channel and like our video. That just helps us get the word out. And if you'd like to talk to us directly about anything, feel free to reach out to us. I think the contact info is in there as well.
It's in the description below, always.
Okay. And so today, what are we talking about? We're talking about
neighborhoods. Yeah. So yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think we were talking about, so here's the thing, to understand about the greater Victoria area, is 11 municipalities, right?
There's more municipalities, all into politics, and then having every municipality has a different police system.
That's right. So there's 11 municipalities. We're not going to cover all of them today, but we'll start with the Westshore. Reason being, because we are in the Westshore right now, because we are here on beautiful Bear Mountain. The golf course is just behind us over here. And so we'll talk about kind of the neighborhoods we like in the Westshore and why we like them. And probably on a different video, we'll start breaking down maybe neighborhoods in Saanich and on the peninsula and so on.
We'll cover everything as time goes by, right?
Yeah.
And not everything is indicated by what is the most expensive neighborhood, because that's kind of, you could just Google that if you were looking for that, right?
Yeah.
But what are the neighborhoods actually like?
Yeah, and
right?
the pros and cons, because no neighborhood is perfect, right? So,
you get something that's important to you.
Yeah.
If it's rural, then your amenities are going to be a little further away, right?
Yeah.
So there's a give and take to everything.
But you know what? Let's start right here. We're up in Bear Mountain, which is a great community, a great neighborhood.
Yeah.
And once you're here, we're talking about pros and cons. Once you're here, it's great.
Getting to here is what yes, absolutely.
Right? There's it's not so much that there's a bit of a drive. There's only one way up and one way down. Well, now there's two, I guess. You can come from the backside.
Now we have the second way. Yeah. Finally.
So you have some traffic getting up here. You also have the potential for inclement weather.
There's more weather.
Right?
I live down the road, and we watch Bear Mountain to know what weather is coming.
Right?
So they get more snow, more wind, more rain.
Yeah. I drove up here this last year one time, driving up here for something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the bus stops on the side of the road. These cars are all stopping. People are honking and waving. I'm like, no, I cannot stop now. I have momentum.
Yeah.
And what was happening was it was freezing up here. So, you're coming up an incline like this. So I was like, no, I will not be stopping, because once I stop,
you're stuck.
You're stuck.
Yeah.
And I did make it up here, but I've done it the other way around, where I've stopped and then slid back down and managed to turn my way around and get back down. So,
on that worst day of the year.
Right.
Right. That's kind of what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. You might have to walk 2 kilometers up to your house.
Right.
Yeah.
But so now once you're here, though, it's beautiful.
It's it's amazing. It's like a resort, right?
Yeah. Beautiful homes. If you like to hike, great trails up here. The gym, they have a great gym and spa and pool up here.
Yeah.
So, it's a really nice, once you're here, it's a very nice laid back community. And it's just a lot of, to me, it just feels like I'm on a vacation when I come up here.
I think on the most part for all of Langford, I like the north side of the highway. I live on the north side of the highway because like I said, our front window looks out onto Bear Mountain.
Yeah.
I think Bear Mountain is the premium neighborhood for Langford. I think that's pretty easy to say. Sure. Everywhere else, I'm not, it's not putting anything else down. This is sort of not without its growing pains. It's been quite a few years, 2005, 2004, whatever. It's been growing, and it's had its sort of stalled moments.
Sure.
And it still hasn't gone to its full vision of what the original plan was, right?
Yeah.
Even if that plan's changed slightly.
Yeah.
So there's still construction up here. There's some things to deal with, but you know what? It's pretty beautiful to, deal with some of the noise for a little while, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And, I guess the other part of this too is we're telling you our preference as well. You may, I know people that have come up here and they've been like, I don't like it up here. I brought clients up here that were like, Yeah, I don't like it up
It's
here.
a little isolated.
Right?
Yeah.
Because they felt it was too isolated.
No.
They wanted more amenities easily accessible.
And it doesn't have that.
Right? I
Yeah.
mean, you're driving down to the bottom if you're going to get groceries and you're going to the market
Right.
there on Mill Street.
There's a corner store here which is gone now, and now it's a pet store or something like that.
Yeah.
Right. So you have to go down the hill for groceries. A couple of restaurants, but that sort of doesn't make up for your weekly things that you might need, right?
Yeah, and for what it's worth, you get a good burger at Jack's. They have good burgers there.
And really, like, come on, Costco's not that far away. Walmart's a little further.
Yeah.
It's all good, right?
Yeah. So that's
Langford.
yeah, so that's Bear Mountain, which we're talking about for Langford. And I'll tell you my personal preference for. We'll go the next one over, which is Colwood.
Yeah.
My personal preference is Royal Bay.
Yeah, that's Royal Bay is kind of funny, right? Because the Royal Bay, same timeline. They started building 2005, 2006. Maybe it was a little sooner than that. That's when I got my license around that time.
Yeah.
My mentor, he lived there. So and he was working with the development.
Is that up on top of
on
Royal Bay?
perimeter,
Yeah,
like the old Royal Bay, right, with the big lots, big
which is
houses.
really nice. I was actually just up there last week, and it's really nice up there.
Yeah. But again, like they're building out the commons. They have a commercial square thing.
Yeah, Quality Foods is there now, and there's a whole bunch of other stuff going in, and it's
New high school, right?
Yeah.
High school's beautiful.
And the thing is that I like about Royal Bay is if you live there, you can walk to all your amenities or walk down to the ocean.
That was my biggest complaint for the longest time. No amenities out there.
Yeah.
Until now.
Yeah.
So that's a huge improvement over the whole neighborhood, right?
Yeah. And there's a lot of development going down from Royal Bay in like along Latoria and stuff there, which are nice homes, nice areas and everything else. But for me, what really gets for me Royal Bay is that everything's right there, and you can basically walk to everything and just enjoy, and you're still kind of out separate from everything.
Right. So by the time you go down Latoria, which is like the main road that cuts through Royal Bay, it's just a valley, right? Like I'm not saying it's just a valley. Olympic View Golf Course is over there. Hey, we're talking about Victoria neighborhoods, and there's another golf course. Of course there is, right?
Yeah.
So, but it's really just like houses on the side of a mountain. There's no corner stores anywhere.
Yeah.
You sort of have to go somewhere again.
Yeah.
Not saying that's bad.
Right. Same as if you live, Royal Bay's here, and up on top, there's all the older stuff that goes down to the lagoon. Those are fantastic homes and great view and great everything. But if you want to go get groceries, you have to get in and drive, or you have to drive a ways to go somewhere.
Yeah. What is there? Like the Royal Bay Bakery, and there's a convenience store in the same thing. That's
right.
That's like your closest, like, I'm going to get like some milk, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. And Royal Bay Bakery, got to tell you, they have great desserts and great food. But if all you do is go there,
you need stretchy pants after, right?
Yeah, right.
Keep going there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, great place to eat. My daughter loves when we go there and get treats and stuff. So,
I always heard that like Triangle Mountain, this is before my time, before coming to Victoria, that Triangle Mountain was like the premium neighborhood. I would say also like the lagoon, just because of its location on the ocean.
On the water,
It's beautiful, right? Like that's where you would walk your dog.
Yeah.
On the beach, on the ocean, or cycle. There's a huge, like, how many, is it a mile, 2 miles, whatever?
Yeah.
It's just a straight line on the sandbar.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty amazing spot. Triangle Mountain, that used to be like the premium neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's not anymore. The views are spectacular. You're looking back at the Olympic Mountains, downtown Victoria, especially at night. The lights are beautiful, right? And maybe you see the volcano.
The volcano.
The volcano. Mount, what's it called? Mount
Washington?
No, the volcano.
The volcano?
Baker. There we go.
Mount Baker. Yeah, on that side. We're on the other side. Washington's up island, yeah.
Yeah. No. So, so there's amazing, like, these were all good neighborhoods, I think, within the municipality.
Yeah.
I would definitely want to include Metchosin. Metchosin has a special place in my heart.
Sure.
It's a rural farm community, but there's two kinds of Metchosins. There's the flat ocean view acreages and then there's the valley up on the mountains.
Right.
That's how I would split it up, right? Not always ocean view. I'm all about the flat farms. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah, it's
you know what I
very
mean?
nice. Yeah.
Like we're on a mountain range on an island already. So
Yeah.
we got trees everywhere.
Yeah.
So being up on a mountain somewhere, I don't know. It does snow here, right? Microclimates. So going down on Metchosin Road to William Head Road,
Yeah.
microclimate. They will, if we get snow in town, somehow they don't get it.
Yeah. You know,
Like Oak Bay kind of thing.
yeah,
right?
like I live in that area.
Yeah.
So the other day we were in, where were we coming from? I think we were over by Marigold. So over in Langford area.
Okay.
When I got home, it was 10 degrees cooler than it was in Langford.
Oh, but you got ocean breeze too, right?
Yeah.
So
But-
being that close to the ocean.
Yeah. So my car gave me 10 degrees less when I got there.
Yeah.
So,
I had a listing up on William Head Road some years ago, right? Clients of mine, they had the 2 5-acre parcels. They were growing all sorts of stuff. They had quince apples. I never knew what quince apples were. And they were juicing them. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
That was beautiful, right? Just completely fell in love with that
Sure.
property. It was like 5-story property. Like they had a driveway
oh yeah.
up on, you'd get in on this 3rd floor, and it went like 3 floors down, 2 floors up,
Wow.
or one main floor and then one floor up, right? Anyways, that was a gorgeous property.
Yeah.
But Metchosin in general, like just farm stands.
Yeah, very rural community, right? I get my eggs from the same farm stand I normally go every Sunday and go get a load of eggs for the week
Yeah.
from the same farm stand. The farmer's market at,
They know who you are. I'm sure they see
Yeah.
you every week, kind of get to know who they are,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
we go to the Metchosin farmer's market every Saturday in behind the fire hall there. There's Metchosin Days that comes, we haven't seen it in a while, but I'm sure they're going to have it back now.
It's got to be coming back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But
yeah.
yeah, rural, big acres or big acres, big acreage lots, that kind
Yeah.
of thing out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the flip side of it is,
But it's a village, right?
you're also going to be a little bit secluded. Basically, what you have amenities wise in Metchosin is the corner store and Metchosin Cafe,
Coffee, animals.
and there's the other coffee shop there next to, I forget what it's called there. There's another coffee shop there.
Animal
And-
feed thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Right. There's not a whole lot going on there. My kid's getting driving lessons from I don't know, they're out of this old school space there.
There's a church where I was driving by. Speaking of church, we were driving to church on Sunday, and all these all these motorcycles, they had the vests on and everything, were
Yeah.
parked in the parking lot of the church, getting ready to go do their route,
Do their day trip, yeah.
whatever, for motorcycle training.
Oh, for training.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's the Metchosin, there's a community hall there.
Yeah.
We've had receptions there for weddings. It's awesome. Preschool, kids went to preschool there.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right,
But yeah, there's not a whole lot.
you're right.
I'm
So-
sure we're forgetting something. I'm sure
Yeah. Well,
there's parks and beaches and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. We did an episode where we were at Ways Lagoon,
Woody's Lagoon.
right?
Glad you said it. It's already I've already forgot.
Yeah, so we did that one. And the other one in the West Shore that maybe doesn't get talked about as much because it is also rural throughout is the Highlands.
Yeah, and we're basically on the same road to get to the Highlands, right?
Yeah. But the Highlands are going to be even more rural than Metchosin, in that if you're going to go buy something amenities wise, you're coming back here.
Right. So what do we have in the Highlands? We have windy roads, sometimes single lane roads.
Yeah.
But we do have amazing trails.
Yeah.
You can walk to get into the inlet, Saanich Inlet.
Yeah.
Waterfalls, mountains. Watch out for cougars and bears.
We did
please.
we did a great hike in there, Marie and I, one day. So,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gorgeous, but for like a store or something like that.
Not so much.
A good thing is, at least on this side of the Highlands, you're just down the road from Costco.
Yeah. And it's
Mill Street
beautiful.
Market.
Like if you like acreage and the whole kind of country vibe and feel, it's beautiful in there. Beautiful.
Valleys, hills, mountains,
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Privacy,
Beautiful.
right? Because
Yeah.
again, like big acreages typically.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're saying that because we're on Millstream Avenue, where access to Langford's pretty easy, but the other side of Highlands, you're on the Durant's Lake side.
Yeah.
And again, like, what do we have on that side? It's like Red Barn. The military has a firing range, and the garbage dump is out that way.
Right.
So
And then you're going to come back around to the peninsula.
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's a long ways away, sort of everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But if you're looking for sort of a secluded spot, privacy,
Yeah, for sure.
the neighbors can't see what you're doing in your backyard, things like that, I guess.
Absolutely.
Right?
Yeah. So the other part of the West Shore, I guess we may as well hit this because it is considered part of the West Shore, would be Sooke.
Sooke. Right. What do you think about Sooke?
I lived in Sooke when we first moved out here for probably a year or two.
Yeah.
And I got to say, I loved living in Sooke when I didn't have to go anywhere outside of Sooke. But as soon as travel, because here are the things I enjoyed about living in Sooke. There were great places to walk. There's easy access to the ocean, just to go walk down to the ocean.
Yeah.
Whiff and Spit. There's all of these great places to go, and it's got some good, amenities, shopping, things like that as well. But if you have to make the drive in and out of Sooke, they're working on making it not one lane all the way. So there's going to be some places to pass and things like that. But
the commute is probably the biggest thing I've heard.
Yeah.
If you have to leave Sooke or you're commuting back and forth.
Right.
Yeah.
And the thing that would happen, and it didn't happen very often, but once in a while it did, when there's an accident that's bad enough on Sooke Road, they shut it down. Now you're not getting home until like 10 o'clock at night.
You know what? I have clients, I have friends, they'll call me. They'll call me hey, Patrick, I'm stuck in traffic. They bought a house there a long time ago. They might have lived in town.
Yeah.
Right. And just to tease me, right? They'll talk about the traffic. And they've had to stay at somebody else's house, stranger's house. Strangers, hey, the good thing is everybody's like super friendly.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody's got their door open, but I think everybody understands, like, if there's big traffic thing happen.
Yeah.
The road's flooded, there's been trees, alien abductions. No, there hasn't been but it's like all kinds of reasons.
But if there was going to be an alien abduction, it would probably be there.
The government's saying the aliens are real now, right?
Are they really?
I don't know.
Well, that would explain it.
That explains everything. But Sooke is beautiful, and everybody that I talk to that either moves back there or has been living, they love Sooke.
Yep.
If you're into outdoor things, hunting, fishing,
the potholes,
like Sooke potholes for swimming, like there's some amazing places.
Yeah.
The biggest gripe is the traffic. Like, if you want to put up with a little bit of uncertainty that you might be, that's sort of like what you take with being on the island. If you want to leave the island, go on the ferry, like, it's delayed, it's canceled, it's going to take longer. As soon as I'm in the ferry line up, that's it, I'm on vacation. I know what it's going to be like. I might have to wait a little longer. We'll get there when we get there, right?
Yeah.
So,
or worst case scenario, I was in the ferry lineup and they sent us all back. No ferries today.
No ferries today. Well, you got to roll the dice. You're living on the island, right? So there's a few things on the island in general to like live with, but Sooke is pretty amazing. It's growing. There's more commercial. There's lots. What do they have? They have grocery stores.
Yeah.
They have amenities. They have everything.
They have
right?
everything. A nice rec center.
Hospital. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
That's the only thing. Total honesty. If anybody's doing like hospital appointments, you've got to do that commute. Hopefully that could be not within, the regular commuting times, rush hour, right?
Yeah.
That's, is there a drawback for Sooke? Would you say there's a premium neighborhood? Because we're talking about top neighborhoods, right?
Yeah.
In the West Shore.
Yeah.
Sun River, maybe?
Yeah. I guess that's kind of the big one.
New sort
development.
New development. It's been going on for years, but that's sort of like
it
new
continues
houses.
to be going on. How's that?
Yeah.
Ongoing, right?
Other than that, it's sort of like very piecemeal. There's not like huge developments everywhere. I like Whiff and Spit.
Yeah.
I move people out there. A lot of fog maybe. But it clears up by like lunchtime or 11 o'clock or something, especially when it's weather like this, right, with this temperature. So, That's probably where I would aim
Yeah.
for
Sure.
top neighborhoods.
And the other thing to keep in mind when we talk about Sooke, because you're going to go further out, you are going to get a little bit of a better price point than you would if you were in Langford proper or Colwood or
More rural.
or even the Highlands for that matter. And the price point's going to go up, obviously, in Bear Mountain. The price point's going to go up in Royal Bay. The price point's going to go up in, even if we're talking about the West Hills and Sooke, the price point is going to be a little bit higher there as well.
Funny we didn't mention West Hills when we were talking about Langford.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's face it, right? Like, what do you think about West Hills?
I think just for me, it's a little congested.
It's a little congested. Traffic. Yeah, I've talked to people there, getting in and out.
Yeah, it's a little bit
at certain times.
Yeah, that's my biggest thing with West Hills is, and like I said, I live in Metchosin, so I like having a bigger yard.
Yes. Well, with the new schools, with parents dropping off, picking up, it's this is like quoting from somebody that lives like in that new section by the schools. It's a gong show. So that's the only thing that's like not great. But it is close to everything that Langford offers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Your schools are all walking distance then.
Yeah.
Right. Shopping is just down the
Quality
road.
foods
Starlight
right there.
Stadium.
Yeah.
Ice rink. The kids doing boxing over there.
Yeah.
What's that? Eagle Ridge Rec Center.
The rec center. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a Y up there.
The Y is there. Bowling alley is there. There's a million things to do, right?
Yeah.
So those are all amazing things. Is this guy lost? Definitely lost.
You know why we're saying that is where we're up shooting by the golf course. This is only walking trails and walking area, and somebody just pulled up here in their SUV, and now they're parking.
Yeah, seems reasonable to me.
Okay.
All right. Yeah,
All
but
right.
West Hills has a lot. Langford Lake is beautiful right there.
Yeah.
Right. So you can. It's just a walk away. Like I'm in north side of Langford, Thetis Heights. We walk to Thetis.
Yeah.
So go for a hike in Thetis Park. It's beautiful. It's amazing.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So that kind of covers.
That's a lot.
I because we're out here in this beautiful sunny day, I have no idea what the clock says for how long we've been talking.
Yeah. But hopefully you get some ideas about the neighborhoods.
Yeah, and especially,
are.
and if you have a favorite neighborhood, it'd be great. Just put it in the comments. What is your favorite neighborhood or favorite area, or if there's an area you'd like us to really highlight, we're happy to go there and do some work in terms of just talking about what that neighborhood is like and what the amenities are like and what values there are. Because let's understand this: they're all great neighborhoods. We're just talking about ones that we like.
Yeah, our top, maybe our favorite ones.
Yeah, for different reasons, like we said. So
I want to know what people think, like where they wouldn't want to live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, other than your favorite, tell us your least favorite maybe as well.
Yeah.
And maybe a reason why, right? Or a story.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, like I said, I'm sure we've gone longer than we normally do in this particular episode, but thank you for staying with us till the end. If you haven't, please take a minute and subscribe to the channel and like the video, and help us by just putting this out to other people that you think would get some value out of it and maybe get some good information out of it. And if you'd like to be notified, we have a book coming out. And if you'd like to be notified when the book is ready, you can put your do they put their information in, or is there a link for them, or how?
I will figure out a link to subscribe to our newsletter. That's going to be the best way to stay connected with us, and you'll see updates.
Yeah, and then that way, when the book is ready, you'll know. We could say it this way: you'll know when we know, and we'll be putting it out there for everybody, and it'll be a great, some great real estate tools that we're going to talk about, and specifically for where we are here, but applicable to wherever you are. So. That would be great if you could do that.
Awesome. Thank you for joining us in this video, and we'll catch you in the next one.
See ya.